A toddler shot in his sleep. Tonight, a heartbroken community leaves tributes for 2-year-old Kai Turner on his porch while police search for his killer.
And neighbors also gathering tonight to hold their own kids tighter and pray for the community to stop the violence. Our Maria Serrano is live in Battle Creek now to show us how even strangers are honoring baby Kai and his family tonight. Maria.
Erica, Andy, I can tell you that neighbors who never met baby Kai built a memorial for him tonight, and just taking a live look at it now, if you can see roses, balloons, candles, and teddy bears outside the home where Kai was asleep when he was shot and killed. You can also see at least 10 bullet holes marked with Battle Creek Crime Lab stickers in the window and front door of the home. A memorial sits on a home's front steps, a home where 2-year-old Kai Rowan Turner was sleeping when bullets riddled his bedroom this morning.
Justice for baby Kai!
Tonight, about 25 neighbors who didn't know baby Kai showing up to honor his memory.
I hope the baby gets justice. The baby deserves justice.
And I wish we could all take 2 seconds to not pull a trigger.
Neighbors lighting candles for Kai and thinking about their own babies.
When I first heard about it, I was devastated because I have children of my own.
Some also dropping off teddy bears and roses at baby Kai's front door. The same door where you can still see bullet holes and crime lab stickers.
What woke me up was the shots.
Let's stop this violence. That's nonsense.
Rosetta Brewer speaks for a group of Battle Creek mothers who've lost children to gun violence.
This here frustrates me so much because in our community we have a lot of shootings and we have a lot of killing. But for a 2-year-old innocent baby in a drive-by shooting to be murdered, this is unacceptable.
Police say they need help from the community to find Kai's killer. They don't believe the bullets were even meant for his family.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to Kai's family. It's a very difficult time for them. And we just ask that the entire community lift them up and support as well. You know, our suspicions are that, there's a beef. There's an ongoing beef, and that individuals within this community know what's going on and what had transpired.
Police, neighbors, and leaders in the Battle Creek community calling out on people to speak out.
We're not in a war. We're not in a war.
You need to come forward. Enough is enough. We cannot do this no more, especially when it's innocent babies being killed.
A neighbor lighting up those candles that you are looking at right now just minutes ago. Police don't know if there was one or more multiple shooters, but they say a significant amount of gunfire hit the home. I can tell you right now, no one has been arrested. And police say if you heard or saw anything, or if you have any information that can help them solve this crime, to call Battle Creek Police or Silent Observer. I am live in Battle Creek tonight.
Michigan's full-time legislature returns to the Capitol today for the first time in 82 days and weeks after they were originally supposed to come back from summer break.
News Channel 3 political reporter Rachel Louise Just explains what happens as the bills stack up and the number of days left this session wind down.
The substitute is adopted.
That's a noise that hasn't been heard in these chambers since July 1st, after Michigan's Republican-led legislature canceled weeks of session days in September. The Senate is back today. The House is expected to return tomorrow.
I think there's a lot of things we could be talking about and should be if we were in session.
Lawmakers are still paid, even if they're not at the Capitol.
The timing is notable, just a month and a half out from a midterm election. There have been hundreds of bills that were introduced during this legislative term. Many of them have not been voted on.
Still, a Senate Republican spokesperson says it's unclear how many days senators will be here next month. Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, who sets the schedule for the Michigan Senate, did not appear today for an interview to get more details on his plan for the coming months. His office, however, says Senate Republicans are focused on fixing Michigan's broken mental health care system, making it easier for foster kids to find forever homes, and lowering taxes to help Michiganders suffering from record high inflation.
With the number of session days that you guys have already had canceled, it sounds like in October you won't be here as much either. What is the loss for voters not having you here for that time, and what issues would you want to be pushing forward during that time?
Well, I don't blame them. They're worried that they're going to lose this chamber.
This will be the first midterm election with the new political lines drawn by Michigan's own voters, not politicians. According to most political analysts, the Michigan Senate has the potential to flip blue for the first time since Ronald Reagan was in office.
And now moving towards issues like that we dealt with today, or spending so much time thinking about little kids, going to the bathroom and issues like that, which is most voters don't want to talk about. I think if that's their focus, I think it's best for all Michiganders that we're in session as little as possible.
Shirkey's office says in response to that, quote, "It's understandable that Democrats would rather be holed up in the Capitol than on people's doorsteps explaining why they haven't done anything about record high inflation this fall."
Kalamazoo County now reporting its first case of monkeypox. Health officials say the patient has been isolated and does not pose a risk to the public. The state reporting 248 confirmed cases of the virus throughout Michigan as of September 18th. But county health officials say the risk in Kalamazoo County remains low. Dr. Richard Valnek is director of the Infection Prevention and Epidemiology with Bronson Methodist Hospital.
At this point, I think monkeypox is probably on the downward trend. The numbers are going down. So it looks like we had a surge of it this summer, and now because we're vaccinating people who are susceptible and at risk, the numbers are going down. So it looks like this particular surge might be ending sometime.
Now, monkeypox spreads through direct contact, and symptoms are similar to that of the flu. Things like headaches, body aches, and fever. But one of the most distinct symptoms is a rash with raised red spots and bumps. The disease is rarely fatal, and the lesions that come with the virus can be painful. Antiviral drugs are used to treat monkeypox in addition to vaccines, which are available for those who have been exposed.